You know who she is, right? Yeah, she was in the movie, the hit movie, The Secret. Now, she talked about in this book about, you know, the detours and the plan A and the plan B. Most of the things that we do won't work out. Most of the things that I do won't work out. Now, there are days that I have struggled. There are days that we have struggled. All human beings have struggled. No matter how many beautiful things people say, either on YouTube, Twitter, or social, Instagram, that people have struggled. They may look like they have it all figured out. They make everybody struggle. I don't care how many Autobots roll out. So yesterday, my heart sank, man. Buildings start to collapse, man. Stars start to explode. And people are like, God damn, what happened? Alright, so you know how like in Man of Steel, where Superman was fighting against Lord Kneel before Zod follower, and it looked like apocalypse, like Transformer happened in the building, and they start fighting and zipping around like fucking Super Saiyan. You know, back in the elementary stage, classmate would like write who would win, Superman versus Batman, or they would pick Batman versus Superman. It was funny days, man. I remember that day. So I was walking to go shopping for my mother, and usually it would be great, and then I'd come back, back would be ripping because I was walking nature, you know, outside nature still, and I was walking, and the back ripped, so I had to put the drink in the backpack, and then I start walking, and you know, the sky was roaring, God was like, you know, talking to me, and I was like, yeah, God, roar, and so he was roaring, and you know, it was about to rain, and I thought it was raining already. The water was dripping, right? I was like, oh, it's raining. And then I found out, I took out the bag, the green tea was, it got sliced. And my heart sank, I got pissed and I get angry. But there are moments like that. We all have struggle, you know. A few months, I have struggled. There are the things that I want to record on doesn't work, and I've been asking people for help to record the interview, and I'm grateful for that, and I'm thankful for that. It's an experience that I never experienced, because usually when I record, I'm usually in control of recording, right, and I put it up on YouTube, but I have to ask people for help to interview, and there's one of the guy I want to interview, and I thought, you know, it would be so cool to have him on YouTube, because it's my childhood dream, and I literally watch him transform into this type of guy, and you know, but I couldn't, because the thing that I recorded, I couldn't, you know. He said yes to the interview, but he's like, you know, we'll do it when, you know, you get that thing, you know, to record. And so, and I have to work toward that, and that doesn't work. But the thing is, this everything. So we may have like a best plan, best step, momentum for ourselves, right? She talked about plan A, and it's us. Like, let's say you have the career you think you want, the career people thought that you should go into, the career path, the safety path, the secure path that society, your parents want, but oftentimes that is not your life mission. So that's still a detour. So when you go, let's say things don't work the way you want it to, and the things that doesn't work, when you doesn't work, and and you don't know the detour that you have, and you go toward that, you start to find out that the detour, the plan B, is where you felt alive. You felt that this is where you're heading. And so the detour, the plan B, is God's divine plan for you. And so oftentimes when the thing that we struggle, or the things that we think that is putting off our life, when things that seem like crazy, and people think you're crazy, and what happens is you start going on this path, and as you move on to going this path more and more, you start to see this is what you should be doing. This is what God give you, but you didn't see it because you're in your own head. You think that you create a great plan for yourself, but you get punched in the mouth, you get punched in the face, you get punched in the stomach, and then what happened is you go on. Even if you're struggling, even if I'm struggling, you have to make the best that you can be, right? You can do, right? So you start going the path that what lead to happiness and fulfillment for you, and doors open. That's what happened right now. Doors, like, if things didn't happen the way it happened for me, like we think it's bad, but it opened the door for new beginnings. It opened the doors for new understanding, new purpose. Like if bad things, let's say, didn't happen, I wouldn't understand about the divine plan or God or consciousness or something in the written code of the universe or service or Adnan, Bahman. I didn't understand, or the connection between all that, or the without Tom Campbell Health. And I've been doing that because that is what I'm here to do, and we often lose the track of that. And back in the day when I had less book than I have now, because you have to create an environment where you're surrounded to make, like Evan Carmichael said, you have to feel bold and where it make you take action. Like people don't. There are days that I don't feel like posting videos, and I got to, because that's why people say you can't change the world through videos. You can't change the world through video or YouTube. You can't. I've seen it with my own eyes. You can change life. Usually, it's weird, right? I post Instagram, no movement happened. Nobody tell me like, oh, making any movement on Instagram. Like it's just pictures, words. Nothing happened. But on YouTube, strange thing happened. Like people hear my voice and people start thinking much better thoughts. I don't know why. I don't even understand why is that. But so back in the day, I was being spiritually awakened, and I had I like Sony laptop. Okay, I like Sony Vaio laptop, and because it would light up the keyboards, and it's Sony. I love Sony because I had PS2. Okay, PS2 was what when I played Tenkaichi Budokai 3 with Dragon Ball Z, right? And the book would it happened twice. So the book would drop. So the book would drop and hit the laptop, and the laptop wouldn't be working. So what did I do? So I ended up doing. I think back in the day I was using. What the hell was I using? I don't remember. Was it the phone or something? So I was using the phone or something, and I found out. And somehow, they say it's serendipity and synchronicity, and I land in Earl Nightingale. If that didn't happen, I wouldn't listen to Earl Nightingale lead the field or other things. And so many times, the things that you think is bad, and you have to make a mind shift. Like maybe there's a good lesson, there's a good reason why it happened. So now I've been understanding more and more. I'm recording things on my phone, and I see things that I haven't seen before, that it doesn't matter, like whether I record a video on a webcam or audio or video, people still listen to it because it has value. People get hung up on the gadget, the gears, and not getting started. You don't need the gadget, you don't need the gears. People don't understand. I struggle with this. Like I was afraid, this video, it's in the phone, and that it's just a still picture. The only reason I'm doing this because there's Yu-Gi tubers, Yu-Gi people, Yu-Gi-Oh people do it, even if they have not webcam, but they when they upload like a deck profile, or when one of my I look up to looking for, he create he do reviews for like Transformer figures, Transformer stuff, or Power Kamen Rider. They usually put it like this without any face. People don't have to watch face, but they can listen to your voice, right? And the voice can give people hope. So she said in her book that even though she thinks that she have a great plan for herself, like plan A, and she was working at the job that she didn't like, and the job that tell her to do this, but it wasn't making her happy. She couldn't do it. But then the boss let her go because she knew it wasn't. The boss knew that it wasn't right for her. But then she started finding something. She listened to Les Brown, like we all do, and it trailed off